It is well. Let's just get into the entertainment news. We start off with this one, super exciting one. Fela Kuti gets nomination for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2021. Afrobeat legend Fela Kuti has been nominated alongside music heavyweights such as Jay-Z, Tina Turner, Mary J. Blige, LL Cool J, Shaka Khan, Dionne Warwick, and others for the 2021 induction of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This will be the first time Fela and even Jay-Z will be nominated for the honor, which highlights artists with at least 25 years in commercial recording. According to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation chairman John Sykes, this remarkable ballot reflects the diversity and depth of the artists and music the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame celebrates. These nominees have left an indelible impact on the sonic landscape of the world and influenced countless artists that followed them. Just so you know, if Fela wins, he will be the first Nigerian artist in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The result of nominations, which is open to voters online, will be announced in May 2021.
This is super exciting. And I would say that it is overdue, like long overdue,
Yeah,
because
true,
I mean,
yeah.
it's this fella we're talking about here. Like all over the world, they sample his music.
Yes.
They still pay royalty to his family and is well known. And I just love the fact that even at that time when Fela was doing music, you know, that time when he started, he already knew, he understood it, and you know, he was so learned that he knew about structure.
Yes.
Yep. I mean, if the family can be earning a royalty at this point, you know that he wasn't there to play and all that. And just so many times you see people want to be associated with Africa. They want to be associated with, you know,
who do you know in Africa? Oh,
yeah,
Fela.
and all that. Yes, all over the world.
I'm so glad you said all this. When we talk about Fela, you're not just talking about Fela's music and his understanding of music and instruments and all that. You also have to think about the fact that Fela was someone who really pushed for, you know, anti-colonialism, and was like push African things, push the black culture forward, and also he carried his team along, you know, if you give me visa, you must give my team, we must go together. Right. And that was fantastic. Also, shout outs to Mr. Lemi Garioku. He designed a number of Fela's album covers, and he watches the show religiously.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And
it was because of him that I actually knew about this story, because he sent me a message and said, please, you people should vote, let's get him. So he still pushes the Fela, like he stays on it, he's always celebrating him online. And he said, I watch your show. I went for an event and he said I had spoken, and then he came up after me and he said my name, and I was like, I hadn't even said my name yet. And he was like, I watched your show. Honey Pot, OJ.
That man is a legend, though, with all the artwork he did for Fela.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out.
Because I visited the museum the other time, and, you know, I learned so many things, and they were even talking about, you know, his pieces, like his shoes. You know, at that time, Fela was even doing all these things that we're doing. Like your shoes, matching your, and all that. And, you know, the person who was taking me around said that the only thing that he regrets is, like he himself saying that he feels that those things should have been, I don't know what
auction, archived properly.
Auction, but then, you know, like if you're going to make anything out of this, you have to pay. Anything that looks like this, you have to pay, and all that. It should be patent and all that. So I was like, okay, but then he's done enough already. Like he's done a lot. I know, right?
Really hope
like, there are so many things to be said about
Nigerians, please Google this information and go and vote for Fela.
Yes.
Please do.
Because Jay-Z is there, LL Cool J is there, Mary J. Blige is there, and a whole lot of artists.
I mean,
and I would say that these people are even learning when it comes to Fela. It's not being proud, it's bragging rights right here. Because
Jay-Z samples Fela.
Yes.
So what are we talking about? Please, let's go vote, people. Please. All right, let's move on.